Get started with today's class. I guess yesterday, every one of you, each one of you received the recording that I had sent you, and that was the demonstration class. Yesterday, we discussed about the things that we will be covering for next 55 hours. That's gonna take around 6 to 7 weeks. So we started with Harka was not there, and
Yeah, hello, this is Harka.
yeah, hi Harka. Could you briefly introduce yourself?
Hey, this is Harka, and today is my first class. So I didn't get that video for yesterday for last time.
Yeah. So Harka, you did not send me your email ID yesterday, so that's the reason.
I'm sorry. I think Navin had my email.
So you can ping me on WhatsApp, or you can drop your email ID in chat right now, and I will
Uh,
make sure I send you the recording.
yeah, sure.
All right. So Harka, how many years of experience you have got?
Experience for which field?
Yeah, for IT.
Oh, for IT, yeah, I'm currently on marketing with Navin for SQL developer and MSBA developer.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Welcome on board, Harka. And so let me give you the brief. What exactly did we discuss yesterday? So first of all, please keep yourself on mute, Harka.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yes.
Okay. So we started with the AWS. The agenda will be to start with the AWS and later move on to DevOps. So the AWS itself will take around 30 hours, and these are the different modules. It has been, the complete course has been divided into 10 modules, and the first module that we are dealing with today is introduction and getting started with AWS, and after that we will touch base upon Amazon EC2 storage services and AWS CLI and all the different things, right? So let's get started. I introduced myself yesterday, Harka, as well. So I have an overall 11 years of IT experience, and I'm working on AWS and DevOps for past 6 years now. And I have implemented the various projects with the CI/CD pipeline and AWS services. So, okay. So that is something about myself, and I have taken numerous online classes. I have delivered more than 1000 hours of training in AWS and DevOps. I have been into training for past 3 years now, 3-4 years, and so by the end, let's get back to this module right now. And end of this module, you will be able to understand AWS global infrastructure and its benefits. So you will talk about AWS data center, where exactly the data centers of AWS are located, and what are the benefits of dividing the entire infrastructure in regions and availability zones. Then we will talk about how to choose the regions, and we will talk about the EC2 instances, that is the virtual servers in cloud in AWS. After that, we will talk about EC2. So what exactly EC2 is? EC2 is a name given to the virtual servers in AWS. Okay. And so we will dig deep into EC2 later on. So first things first, let us start with AWS. So in this module, we will learn exactly what is cloud computing and different certifications of AWS, though we touched upon it yesterday as well. I told you there are 6 certifications from AWS, and the one that we are focusing on right now is AWS Solutions Architect Certified Associate. Okay. And what are the expectations and job deliverables from an AWS Associate Architect? We will look into that as well. So in order to begin with, we need to understand what exactly is cloud computing. Okay. So cloud computing follows the principle of virtualization. Now, what is virtualization? It is the process of creation of virtual rather than actual version of something. It can be an operating system, storage device, servers, routers, switches, anything that can be virtualized in the IT environment is said to have gone through the process of virtualization. Now, cloud computing literally follows virtualization. So here we are dealing with the EC2, everything is on the cloud, right? So it's the virtual world like Facebook. So in on Facebook you are virtually socially active, right? You cannot shake hands with the other person on Facebook, but you can say him or her hello, hi, and the greetings will be conveyed to that person, right? So it's all happening virtually. Now, in the same thing, Facebook is a cloud computing example because you can access it any point of the time, 24 by 7, anywhere in the world. You just need to log into your account and you will be able to see the list of your friends, right? So that's a cloud computing website. Now let me give you a very good example. All of us watch cricket, right? Now in the year 2000, when the cloud computing was not so prominent, there was a match going around between India and South Africa. So Sachin Tendulkar scored double century in that match, right? Now there is a very famous website called ESPN Crick Info. The average number of users on ESPN Crick Info were 5 million. But when Sachin Tendulkar broke the record, the average number of users grew from 5 million to 45 million, right? As a result, the website crashed. Now, had it been on cloud computing, it would have followed the concepts like elasticity, scalability, and auto scaling so that it could have scaled up or down. But that did not happen. And but nowadays you can see that on Facebook, billions of people log in, but Facebook never shuts down. The reason is auto scaling feature and many other features that support the Facebook, right? So in a nutshell, we can say that any website that has got the capability of expanding itself whenever the user base grows up is the cloud computing website. So there are some cloud computing vendors like Amazon Web Services, Google Cloud Platform, Microsoft Azure, VMware, OpenStack, DigitalOcean, Liquid Web, right? But Amazon is the clear market leader. I informed you yesterday that about 75% of the market share belongs to Amazon. It's a company with the annual revenue of around $40 billion, and it's one of the fastest growing cloud vendors in IT environment, the number one. Okay, so AWS is best because you can see that in 2016 the market share was 57%. In 2017 it has even grown better, like 75%. Now these are the certifications of AWS. 6 certifications are there. So our focus in this course will be AWS Certified Solution Architect Associate exam. Later on, you can go for SysOps Administrator, or you can go for Solutions Architect Professional, and finally you can go for DevOps Engineer Professional. Okay, now let us say you complete this course, you are good with AWS Solutions Architect Associate, you clear the certification and you get hired with a company. Now what will be your deliverables there, and what all would be you would be required to perform? So the typical day looks like designing and deploying scalable, highly available and fault tolerant system on AWS. Okay, so you will be the managers will come to you and say that we have to perform this task. What would you suggest that which service should we go with? Or we want to save some cost on hardware physical infrastructure. What is the right service so that we can cut upon the cost? So you will also be required to migrate the existing data centers onto the AWS cloud. You will be required to maintain the security of AWS cloud so that the external intruders could not get a hold of your network. Then you would be required to choose. There are around 60 services in AWS, and you would be required to choose the best one to perform a particular task. So these are the deliverables which are expected from you in AWS Solutions Architect.